Hello again. So we've been looking at a lot of Liliput coaches recently, and here we have another two. They're both from when Liliput has been taken over by Bachmann, so I think these are around about the year 2000 onwards, and they're both made in China as well. The top one is number 382901, that's a Deutsche Bahn, or maybe it's Deutsche Bundesbahn, German anyway, standard passenger coach from era 3, and the one below is from the Swiss SBB-CFF. It's a dining car in the kind of teak finish, and it's a type BR4U. They're both in HO scale, and I think are going to be quite interesting to have a look at. So let's open these up. I'll start with the one at the top, which is the DB one. So it certainly looks like quite a good coach. It's got a really nice finish to it. And before I go any further, I'll just mention that my fingers might look a bit yellow here. It's not because I've been smoking or anything like that. I've actually been painting a wagon with yellow spray paint, managed to get it all over my fingers, and I can't quite get it off. So just ignore that and we'll have a look at this coach closer up. So at this end, we've got pretty nice looking gangway as an extra piece put on. It does have a couple of holes there as if it should have an additional part, but there was nothing additional in the box. These are second-hand purchases. On this side, we do have a ladder though, and we have flush fit glazing on the door there. It's not a bad looking end to this coach, but I will say that the roof, it doesn't fit that well. The profile is a little bit odd, and it definitely looks like that over on this corner over here. The buffers are just pushed into the chassis, and I'll come on to that in a moment. But as we look down the side, I really do like the finish on this. It's a nice matte colour in this maroon. I like the fact that the door handles picked out there is a nice amount of definition on the door. And we have a cream stripe on the top of the coach, which is masked off really good and painted there. We saw that the roof is a separate part, and I'll come on to that in a moment. But this area here, we've got some bars across the windows, so maybe this is also a baggage wagon, I'm not quite sure. And we've got the running number and some specification here between the windows, and that's been printed on, and it's very clear indeed. As we move further down, you can see that the windows are very clear. In this area here, there's nothing actually inside there, so maybe this is a split baggage car and passenger, because at this end you can see we've got a table and chairs set up with some, looks like tablecloths, but those look as though they're possibly from a different model, maybe a dining car, because they look as though they might have like table lamps in them because they've got holes in those tables, so possibly they've reused the tooling on the inside of this model. In the middle, we've got the DB logo, which is very clear, and some more printing down here on the chassis. We also have some over here by the first bogie, which is very clear. And as we move further down, we've got a window that's blocked off here to represent the toilet, and then another set of bars, which are just moulded into the clear plastic of the windows. This door again has a door handle picked out, looks pretty good. At this end we see we have two sets of ladders, so that's obviously what's missing at the first end. That's a shame that one of those has fallen off. Up on the roof, it's a really nice shade of kind of almost bronzy kind of silver colour, and we've got these air vents which are extra pieces added in. Really nice definition on this hatch here, and a little bit of a running board here and also here. And if I come around this side, you can see that that's actually very nicely detailed. So it's pretty good on the roof. We've even got some rivet details as well. So looking down underneath the chassis, it looks as though it's actually been painted matte black, or if not, then the plastic that's been used is a really nice matte finish. The bogie here is a push fit into the bottom of the chassis. It's not too bad. It's got a lot of nice relief on the spring details there. It doesn't have any brakes in line with the wheels, but it certainly looks acceptable enough, and I do like the finish on it, this matte black colour. The wheels are dulled metal and they revolve okay, not too great, but they're not too bad. We've got an M pocket here which articulates separate to the bogie, and you can see it's got quite a lot of articulation as well to help it get around tight corners, although it does get caught every now and again. That's only because I'm just manually manipulating it. I'm sure on the track it'll be fine. So looking further down, it's a nice collection of underframe stuff here. We've got some brake gear, that's an extra piece that's been added in, and some boxes on the main moulding, even some printing on this one. And we've got these typical kind of ladder looking parts here which have been moulded and look really good, and that's on both sides. You can see that here. This looks as though it's maybe missing something, or something's been stuck on there in the past and it's broken off. If I move it around this side, you can see that it has a box end. So it looks as though this has fallen off at this side here, which could be indicative of the kind of quality of this model, that pieces start to fall off over time. You can see Liliput by Bachmann, made in China, moulded into the plastic there. So overall, I think the finish of this coach is really good, but it looks as though there might have been some quality issues with the pieces falling off it. Maybe they haven't been attached quite as well as they could be, but it's not too bad, and as a second-hand purchase, not bad at all. Let's move on to the next coach and we'll check that one out. Well, this one has come with 3 sprues of extra pieces in this little bag here, so there's a lot we can add on to this model. So this model had a bit of a problem with this handrail here. It was actually sticking straight up, but I've managed to straighten it up and put it back into here where it should be. So obviously this is made of metal, so that was not too difficult to do, but it's a bit of a shame that that was sticking up, and I'm not quite sure how that happened. And we also had a problem with one of these, which had fallen out. This is an extra piece on the little gangway here, which has been added in, and one was falling out in the box and another one was hanging off, so I've had to fit those back on too. And you will notice here beside the door it's missing one of the handrails. Let me just jump to the other end of the coach, and you can see that it should have 2 here. So I think this has got a similar problem to the other coach in that it's got a lot of tiny parts which are just falling off this coach. So I guess that's something to be aware of. But you can certainly see that this has got an awful lot of extra pieces added on, which looks really good. And it's definitely a different proposition to the other coach, which by comparison looks a bit plain. And we also have 3 sprues of extra parts. And I'm not really sure where they go on this because it looks as though it's pretty full of extra pieces already. Anyway, at this end, you know, the gangway is really good. And I do actually like that it's got these parts on. I just wish they would stay on a bit better. And we have flush fit glazing on the door there, and you can also see that we've got a bell up on top here, as well as this piece here, which is an extra part added on. But just looking down the side of this coach, again, it's a nice shade of matte brown here. I like the printing on it, it's very nice and detailed. Wagon Restaurant, you can see there, number 21, and it has some printing in yellow down here on the black chassis, which is a separate piece. And as we move further down, the windows are not really flush fit on this, but I do like the fact it's got a kind of like a effect of having a wood surround, and also these, I guess, vents at the top. And what is really good is the writing here. It's got a slight kind of shadow to it, which looks great. It looks as though it's popping out of the model, but it's actually just flat there. And the logo in the middle looks really nice and bright there. Oil printed perhaps, something like that, onto a piece of raised plastic on the main moulding. But it looks really good, very eye-catching. And as we move further down, you can see some more printing down here, special wagon. And then you got the handrails here, which are picked out in gold, and obviously at the other end we're missing one. This end has got a ladder going down as well, which wasn't on the first end because it's slightly different, and the buffers are pushed into the chassis. And they're actually sprung as well in this model. I didn't expect that, but they are. So the glazing looks really good. You can see inside that we've got a full interior with tables and chairs. This end here obviously is the kitchen area, so it's got the corridor on this side. And if we look around this side, we've got some bars on the windows, and there's a kind of indication of possibly a kitchen inside there, and hopefully you can see the interior and the rest of it, which looks really good. I do like these little arches and indents as well down the side of the coach. Up on the roof there's a lot happening up here, which is great. We've got some walkways picked out in brown, which have got wood grain on them, and we've got glazing on the middle part there, as well as this metal handrail on the top, which I've mentioned already. And I think these are gas lamps, but these are extra parts in plastic which have been put on. But they do look really good. They look as though they're made of metal, but I actually think they're just plastic pieces. Looking at the bogies here, they've got a lot of nice rivet detail, and again there's a lot of nice relief on that. And we don't have brakes in line with the wheels again, but we actually have a bit of interest on the inside of these bogies because it looks as though the springs go further inside, which I don't think I've seen before on a bogie, but you know, it has it on this one and it looks pretty good. I think I quite like that effect. The wheels are very similar to what we've just seen, and they revolve okay but not great. We do have a NEM pocket here with a coupling, and it does cantilever separate to the bogie. It's got a bit more travel as well without fouling it. In the middle we've got 3 tanks, which I think are extra pieces that have been added on, but we do have all the bracing moulded into the chassis part, which looks great. Upside down there where it just says Liliput China on this side, and we've got a couple of boxes as well, and they have more detail on the outside, including a bit of printing. And we have this bracing as well, which is really delicate. It does have a bit of pliability, so it will take a few knocks, but it's very delicate. So overall I think this is a much better proposition than the first coach that we had a look at. But let's put both of these onto the scales and we'll see how much they weigh. So the first DB coach weighs 142 grams and the dining car is 153 grams. So it is an interesting pair of coaches that we've got here, and there's a lot to like about them, but there's also some things to be aware as well. So starting off with the Swiss coach first, it's definitely the best out of the 2 here. It's got so many extra pieces on it, it has so much character because of that, and the body shell looks really good. The finish on that is great, and it has a full interior as well. And I especially like the little kind of logo in the middle, which has got that foil printing on it. It's really eye-catching. It does come with the extra parts in the bag, so you can add even more bits onto this, but I'm not actually really sure where they go. And there's no instructions with this to tell you, so I don't know, maybe they came with this model, maybe they don't. It is a second-hand purchase. I'll tell you how much it is in a moment. The DB coach, by comparison, well, it's got a lot of nice things about it. I like the roof detail, the finish is actually really good in that matte colour, and you know, the overall look is kind of acceptable. But when you start to look a bit closer, things start letting it down, like the interior I think is just from a different model that's been put in here. And I think this and also the Swiss one, I think they both kind of suffer from having parts which just start falling off. I think the way that the extra pieces have been attached onto these models just isn't secure enough. But that said, both these coaches do look pretty good, and they'd definitely be really good for anybody's collection. But if you're looking for a show coach, I don't think either of these two are really it. They're fine on a model railway, but I wouldn't really put them on display because I think there's better options from other companies. But that said, that is reflected in the price, and for these, I bought them second hand. They were both £15 each. I think that's a great price, especially for the Swiss coach, which is just a fantastic looking thing, I think. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think of these coaches in the comments below. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps this channel. Now, I'll put both of these on the turntable so you can see all the way around. And that's it for this one. Thanks for checking these out with me, and I'll see you on the next one.
So model train, model worlds, choo choo, model trains, tiny in tiny worlds, choo choo, model trains, tiny model worlds, choo choo, model trains, tiny in tiny worlds, choo choo.